07. Transition time. Time passes. Track it. Knowledge is power. Keep them reading by guiding readers through the shifts in time in your story. At the end of this lesson, you will add temporal words and phrases to the body of your narrative. How can I signal shifts in time? Writers often make the mistake of not including transitions. Transitions are words and phrases that make connections between ideas in writing. They help readers make sense of the text and keep ideas flowing smoothly. In your narrative, you will use temporal words and phrases, transition words that show shifts in time. These transitions are specific to showing a shift in time. When you tell a narrative story out of order, you confuse your reader. Keeping things as sequential as possible and using temporal transitions will help your reader follow the story and stay engaged. You want readers to travel through time from the beginning of your story to the end. Use temporal words and phrases like tomorrow, later on, and previously to guide them on their journey. Select this link to print and save the temporal words and phrases list with examples you may use in your writing. How can I signal shifts in time? Tip 1. Temporal words and phrases can refer to things that have already happened, are happening together, happen after another event. Tip 2. Temporal words and phrases may be placed at the beginning, middle, or end of a sentence. After he had lunch, Damien rode his bike to the basketball court to practice. He started warming up at the same time his friend Marcus arrived. They chatted and played one-on-one for the next 2 hours. Important punctuation note. Temporal words and phrases at the beginning of sentences are followed by commas. Temporal words and phrases in the middle or end of a sentence are not followed by commas. How do I add temporal words and phrases? Adding temporal words and phrases to your narrative is a simple process. Steps. Number 1, reread your story, preferably aloud. Number 2, look for places in your story where the setting, time or place, changes. Step 3, add transitions to introduce those changes. Read the text, select each sentence to see the distracting questions each raises in the mind of the reader. The following story contains no temporal words or phrases. The city council was set to vote on whether to repair the public pool or demolish it. The pool had been a favorite hangout for Tina. She wanted to go and speak. She asked her mom, who thought it was a great idea. Her mom sent an email to the chairman of the council requesting permission for Tina to speak at the meeting. Tina carefully prepared for what she would say. Her mom worked on borrowing professional-looking clothes to wear. She spoke to the council and public audience about the pool's value to the community. In this sentence, we're wondering, when would they vote? How long had she felt this way? And how old is Tina? Did she ask right away? When did she send it? Was it right after Tina asked? How long did the preparation take? How far in advance did they borrow the clothes? And how long did she talk? The next slide, we can see how temporal words and phrases improve this story. The city council was set to vote in 2 weeks on whether to repair the public pool or demolish it. Since she was 3 years old, the pool had been a favorite hangout for Tina. Now 14, she wanted to go and speak. After dinner, she asked her mom, who thought it was a great idea. Her mom immediately sent an email to the chairman of the council requesting permission for Tina to speak at the meeting. Tina carefully prepared what she would say over the next 3 days. Meanwhile, her mom worked on borrowing professional-looking clothes to wear. She spoke to the council and public audience about the pool's value to the community for about 10 minutes. Wow, that stinks. It needs expensive repairs. She spent most of her life in that pool. Of course she would want it repaired. How cool of her mom to support and help her in taking action. That's cool she did that. I never would have thought a teenager could speak at a council meeting. She must really hope her speech affects the council's vote. That's a smart idea. The council will take her more seriously by wearing professional clothes. 10 minutes isn't too tough. I hope it works and that they vote to repair the pool. Now you should be familiar with temporal transitions and how to use them. Temporal words and phrases are transitions that signal shifts in time. They can describe an event that has already happened, two events happening at the same time, or an event that happens after another. They can appear at the beginning of a sentence, in the middle of a sentence, or at the end of a sentence. Add a comma after a temporal word or phrase only if it comes at the beginning of the sentence. What's my assignment for this lesson?